Hi guys, and welcome to episode number 8 of the Absolute Beginner Guitar series. So, today we're going to be learning some chords, and we're going to be learning our first 4 chords. So, the names of these chords are G, E minor, C, and D. So, a couple of pointers before we start going into these chords. So, we're going to have to push down really hard with our left hand, because if we don't push down hard enough, we're going to get some dead notes. But if we do push down hard enough, we're going to get the full notes and we're going to get the full sounding chord. Another tip is your hand positioning and your wrist positioning. So we're going to want to have our thumb on the back of the fretboard, and we're going to want to curl our fingers round when we're playing the chords. Our wrist, as you can see, is down here, and it is not up here gripping onto the neck like that. So as long as you follow those guidelines, learning chords shouldn't be too hard. So I'm going to zoom in and we're going to get going with the first chord, which is a G. So let's take a look at the G. I've got the chord diagram up in the corner, and we are going to take a look at the chord now, which sounds like this. So, first of all, on our low E string, we're going to take our middle finger. Oh, I'm putting my middle finger up at you. We're gonna take our middle finger and we're going to place it on the 3rd fret of the E string. We're going to push down nice and hard, and we're going to have our finger quite close to the fret, but still in the gap between the frets. So 1, 2, 3 there. Then we're going to have our index finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, and we're going to place our ring finger on the 3rd fret of the high E string, like that. So these 3 strings here are open: the D, the G, and the B. And then all we do is play all the strings together while our fingers are in this position, and we have a G chord. Next we're going to move on to E minor. So E minor, we're going to take our middle finger again. I'm not going to put it up at you this time. And we're going to place it on the 2nd fret of the A string, just like that. Then we're going to take our ring finger and we're going to place it on the D string on the 2nd fret. And then we're going to play every single string again. And that makes an E minor chord. So one thing you've got to note is that some of your open strings, you might get a dead note there, so just be aware of that and see what you can do. If you can curl your fingers a bit more to avoid touching that string unintentionally, and it will let the note ring out. So, another reminder, just make sure you're pressing down really hard. So if you're not pressing down really hard, you're going to get dead notes or buzzing notes. And also, if you're too far away from the fret here, like this, you're going to get a buzzing sounding note. See how when I move it closer to the fret, it sounds better there. Okay, so our 3rd chord is a C chord. And it sounds like this. Okay. We are going to place our 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, just like that. We're going to take our middle finger or our 2nd finger and we're going to place it on the 2nd fret of the D string. Then we're going to take our index finger or our 1st finger and we're going to place it on the 1st fret of the B string. And then we're not going to play this low E string, but we're going to play the rest of the strings, and it should sound like this. Cool. So now we're going to move on to the D chord. So the D chord is a bit of a finger twister, but with enough practice you'll be absolutely fine with it. So we're going to take our 1st finger, we're going to place it on the 2nd fret of the G string. Then we're going to take our 2nd finger, we're going to place it on the 2nd fret of the high E string. So it should sound like that. And then we're going to take our 3rd finger and place it on the 3rd fret of the B string. And it should look something like that. and we're going to miss these two strings out, the E and the A strings, and I'm going to play the highest 4 strings, and it should sound like this. So, practice playing those chords, and we'll start getting into strumming patterns and changing between the chords quickly, which is extremely important if you want to learn to play songs on guitar. Make sure you like the video, comment if you have any issues, or if you want to let me know anything. Share the video on all your social media if you have any friends that want to learn guitar, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video.